Let's start with VP Harris. She's in Michigan today. What's her game plan there?
Yeah, we want to look at the swing states today, and that's the reason why you brought me in here today, to show you some of this big board action. When we look at Michigan, obviously you could tell it's still a toss-up. According to DDHQ presidential forecast, those states that are colored yellow are essentially the swing states, the toss-up, the battleground states that we want to focus in on. You can tell that both candidates are really focusing their attention on these states because they know it could be the difference maker of who ultimately takes the White House. Michigan, ever important because it's a part of that blue wall that we talk about with Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Michigan also home to 15 electoral votes. Those are going to be big when it comes to next Tuesday's Election Day. So let's take a look specifically at how these states and Michigan, in this case, have voted in the past. We remember that it was a very, very tight race, both in 2016 and in 2020. Hillary Clinton just losing to Trump in 2016, but Joe Biden basically reversing that by about 150,000 votes when it came to 2020. We want to focus in on specific counties that may make up the difference when it comes to this election. We'll begin here in Washtenaw County. That's home to Ann Arbor, Michigan, the University of Michigan, where Kamala Harris is. It's right here just west of Detroit. And now we know that the Harris campaign has invested significant time, energy, and money into actually visiting college campuses all across the country. They really want to energize that vote. And we know that there are certain issues that young voters, particularly college students, pay attention to and care about more. In specific, we remember all of those rallies that had happened on college campuses when it came to the war in the Middle East. It's no different at University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. So we expect her to strike a certain tone and messaging about that, as well as talking about the economy, which, of course, is so big in Michigan. Again, the racial demographics pay a particular attention to that here in southeastern Michigan, because right next to Washtenaw County to the east, well, that's Wayne County, home to Detroit, but it's also home to Dearborn, Michigan. It's got the largest Arab American population in the entire country. So again, Kamala Harris paying specific attention to Michigan, not just to speak to those young voters, but also to strike a certain message about what she will do differently when it comes to the war in the Middle East. And hopefully that rings true to the people of Michigan.
Yeah, and hopefully, you know, for her, pick up some gains in those suburbs in Michigan.
Exactly.
To maybe even make up for some of the disenchanted voters in the bigger cities, Detroit, Dearborn.
And we know anecdotally that a lot of black voters are saying they are beginning to distance themselves from Kamala Harris. And we know that that is such a huge base for the Democratic Party. So hopefully she can win some of those people back.
Yeah, okay. We'll follow her trip closely.